I remember reading a psychology paper where they were proposing that auditory hallucinations were the mind misassigning your inner dialogue.
Oh.
Again, this is a proposal. I don't think they were proving anything.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
And it
like
was
like a suggestion.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Like, hey, maybe this is a thing.
Yeah, they were misassigning internal dialogue.
There it is.
Just like how visual hallucinations are you misassigning what you're seeing.
Could you keep going? Could you keep going? Ignore the pain. I told you it was to trick you.
Because the truly terrifying thing is everything we see is just our brain processing what we're seeing. What we're seeing actually might not actually be real for everybody in the entire world.
Yeah.
It's just our perception of what we see. Which kind of comes down to, there's this book called The Great God Pan, which is one of the first cosmic horror things of what if what we're seeing, there's another layer to it that we simply do not perceive.
Before she first met him, she was not in a good place. Just a teenager, but not like the others. Barely functioning, she rarely left the house. Her father's in-bell made sure of that. Only occasionally did she venture out on her own, collecting firewood and herbs. Errands out in the Orkney Plains. That was her world. Like this one. Barren and lonely.
Yeah, so schizophrenia is widely believed in. Of course, you know, I could be wrong. This is just based off of like stuff I've studied in college and stuff. That it's your brain misunderstanding what it's seeing in the most basic way I can explain it.
Yeah, yeah.
But all of our brains, everyone on the earth, is constantly basically processing visually and smells and everything like that. And if your brain is not understanding the world the same way everyone else is, you're going to see things.
Well, it reminds me in a slightly different way of how, like, when two people are having a conversation with each other, everyone is bringing their own personal life context, the things that they know, but also the things that they've experienced to the conversation. So two people can experience the same conversation in very different ways.
Also, I don't want anyone with schizophrenia or anything like that listening to be like, I knew it, I was right, it's been real all along. It's not, okay? Just don't think that's what I'm saying. So I remember one time when we were in the place, one girl was like, what if everybody else is crazy and we're the only sane ones? And I said, no, we're definitely the crazy ones.
I've definitely had that thought before.
Yeah, no. We're the crazy ones, please. I just told her, I was like, no, we're the crazy ones. I knew that because I was like, you for sure are not in line right now.
The lone figure of a boy. I saw it play under the shade of a tree. She remembers the first time she saw him. To her young eyes, he moved as if dancing, and the world danced with him. The gloom lifted. For the first time in years, she felt a ray of hope.
That's codependency, and it ain't healthy, Senua.
The Northmen tell of a great hero. His name is Sigmund. His father's hall was built around a great tree, and one day, Odin comes and thrusts a sword into the tree, a gift to whomever can release it. Many try, but the sword only comes out at Sigmund's touch. His brother-in-law, King Siggeir, wants it, but Sigmund refuses him, so King Siggeir plots revenge. He invites Sigmund and his brothers to a feast, but when they arrive, they are met with an army, not a warm welcome. King Siggeir captures Sigmund and his brothers, steals his coveted sword, and readies them for execution.
Is AJ being wiggly? I saw him trying to get on my lap.
Yeah.
I wanna be bad with you, baby.
Death for Sigmund and his brothers seems certain. But the king's wife is Sigmund's sister, and she begs for mercy and implores the king to chain them up instead. He agrees. Not for mercy, though, but because he plans an even more cruel and lingering death. Chained to a tree in the forest that night, a she-wolf comes and devours one of Sigmund's brothers. She returns, ravenous, night after night, until only Sigmund is left. The next day, Sigmund's sister sends a servant with honey to smear on Sigmund's face. But to what end? Well, that night, when the she-wolf appears again, you'll never guess what happens.
What happened?
Cliffhanger! Bro, you can't just do
When
that.
this bird stole a hot dog from a man on the beach, you'll never guess what happens next.
Thanks for the clickbait, fucking Dearth.
Druth.
Druth? Whatever the fuck your name is.
Druth the truth, remember?
Dearth bot. Whatever. Loser!
Druth the truth.
So I assume all these are like ships from the Vikings coming in to do their thing.
AJ, you just...
No, he can't. AJ's got to wiggle.
Day after day, watching from afar, she mimicked him, perfecting her own secret dance, wishing those fleeting moments of light would stretch out to last forever.
As the she-wolf licks the sweet honey from Sigmund's face, he bites the wolf's tongue. The she-wolf pulls away, but Sigmund holds on. The chains break, and he is free. After his escape, Sigmund lives like us, hidden in the forest. His enemy, King Siggeir, believing him dead, as his sister plots revenge. And for vengeance to succeed, even the great Sigmund needs help. So she sends her sons to him. But their blood is weak and corrupted, and they're put to death by Sigmund. So his sister hatches a new plan, one that is cold of heart and pure of blood.
Tell me what happened, man.
I thought there was going to be some kind of romance angle.
The romance is...
Well, because they're like, they smeared like sweet honey on his face. Like, you'll never believe what happens. And I was like, there's going to be some sort of like weird...
No, with old myths and shit, the best thing ever that they've ever tasted is honey. So, like, what can we smear on their face to make the wolf want it?
What did she find? You can't even fight. It's just deception.
She's like, I don't give a shit. Give me this deception.
How does he so effortlessly court the world and bliss? If only she could do the same. See the world through eyes anew and dance with it, just like he does.
What's your name?
Senua.
I haven't seen you before.
I don't leave home much.
Oh, Zeno's daughter.
I have to go.
Wait. Who taught you to fight like that?
I've been stalking you.
No one.
Well, I watched you, and
You learned all of that from watching
They've
me?
been stalking each other.
You
Aw,
should become
creeps.
a warrior, you know.
me?
I'm Dillion. I'm here for the warrior trials. Just come and watch. And bring your swords.
You can't put it into words. That moment when you look into the eyes of the one who's supposed to reassure you, make you feel safe. It only takes an instant. Fear swallows you before you have a chance to make sense of it. And darkness becomes a part of who you are. You killed him. But her world changed the day the Northmen took him from her. Senua knows that there's no going back to how things were. That there's nothing to go back to at all. Stay still, stay quiet, hide, don't tell her.
Their gods can see into your mind. They will use this power to destroy you.
They won't stop me. I can still feel him.
Whatever's left of him, they will never let him go.
I'm not gonna let him rot here.
You're the one rotting here.
Leave me alone.
You will die here.
No.
And all your suffering will have been for nothing.
Shut up!
I think she thinks that he died and it's her fault.
Yeah.
Is that you? I'll find you, my love. I promise.
But it seems like maybe that day she feels like she could have saved him in some way, but she was too scared or something.
I have a question. So that like really deep voice, the one that like talks directly to her, do you also pick up the vibe that that's her talking to herself?
Well, the whole part with the mirror and her like talking.
Yeah.
I felt that was pretty.
You won't survive. You met him by the tree. She met him.
But like even before that,
Maybe
when
it's a sign
it
of
was
tree.
when she was like, the voice said something like, "You can never get rid of me. I'm always with you." Blah blah blah. And I was like, oh, that sounds a lot like my voice.
Stacy,
What?
maybe you should talk to a therapist about that.
I have to talk to a therapist about it.
Okay, I was like, is this new?
No, this isn't new.
Okay.
Sigmund's sister trades shapes with a sorceress, and in disguise, she lies with her own brother. She gives birth to a son named Sinfjotli. After a time, she sends him to the forest to Sigmund. He tests the boy and finds him strong and fearless, and so they go to take their vengeance on King Siggeir. But luck is not on their side. They're captured, and Siggeir has them buried alive.
Wow, they got no breaks.
I just haven't really talked about this stuff on a video, I guess, because like it's not been like, when do you mention stuff like this? Do you know what I mean?
I don't know. You've spoken to me about it before. I didn't know
Yeah.
if this was like coming back stronger than ever before.
Well, it's more just like that these stories seem particularly relevant since we're covering a game that like touches on a lot of this stuff, and I thought people might want to hear some of my experiences in case they can relate.
I guess now that we're playing this game, I'm like, so it's your internal voice, right, Stacy? It's not it's not someone else. It's you, right? Are
I
we
wanted
sure?
to be very careful to clarify
Yeah.
that it's not another, it's me. I don't know, does that really make it that much better?
I'm not saying it's better. Just I just want to make sure we got the right prognosis.
No. The number one thing that I always clarify when people ask about it is I'm like, the voices don't tell me to do things. Because that's what everyone always seems to want to, like, every time a therapist asks about it, first thing they want to know, do the voices tell you to do things? And I'm like, no, it's not like...
I guess I never assigned my internal dialogues as voices, but I do often, like, my brain, as I said before, goes, this is what this person would say in this moment. And I go, well, no, really, I'm saying it, and then assigning it to that person. So,
I guess, like,
me.
the reason why I think of mine as, like like a voice, even though it's like my own voice, like it's just so strong that like there's definitely a distinct difference between like thoughts that I have to myself and like when the voice like is yelling at me. Do you know what I mean?
Maybe that's a good thing because then it compartmentalizes. But I'm not a therapist, so I don't know. Maybe it's bad. Just seems like, oh, well, at least I know this is a separate thing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Into the skull world.
Take it.
Ooh, a new sword.
Take it. Dillion left it for you. Take it. Take it. Take it.
Oh, this goes with the myth we were just reading about. Because only the king could get the sword from the tree.
It's coming from there. And there. What are they? Look. Where's it coming from? She started something.
What's happening?
Senua, imagine a sword that can slay gods. Its name is Gramr. It was forged by the god of all Northmen, Odin, and gifted to Sigmund, a great warrior.
I need this sword. It's important. Can you help me?
The sword appears whole, but it is an illusion. It shattered into shards long ago. It is said a great warrior can reforge Gramr by answering the trials of Odin, one for each shard. The roots of the Tree of Death will take you to new lands where you will face the trials.
I was wondering what these things were.
So, hold on, wait. My brain made a really dumb joke because when he's talking about the sword, he's like, imagine a sword that can slay gods, and its name is, and I read the word, and my brain said grammar. So I was picturing, like this, like, literature person being like, I will slay the gods with my superior grammar.
It's whom.
It's
Not who.
It's amongst. Like,
A king in the north forced the dwarves to make a sword that would never fail and never rust, and that would slice through iron and stone and bring victory to its bearer. But the angry dwarves cursed it. It would be the death of a man every time it was drawn, and it would be the death of the king. Let me tell you about the sword Tyrving.
I don't recognize this place. Where are we? Where is she?
It feels wrong. Where are we now? Burial mound. So strange that we go to such lengths to bury death. Something so very ordinary, inevitable. It's as if we conspire to hide death, because we have no answer for it. But when it comes, and forces itself onto our friends or loved ones, then comes the reckoning.
You can feel dead.
Senua, you remind me of a story that the Northmen tell about a young woman warrior. Her name is Herver, the daughter of a berserker born after he was killed. She's a wild, willful child who teaches herself to fight with weapons. When she learns where her father is buried, her only desire is to reclaim the treasure buried with him, but above all, the sword, Tyrving.
whoa. Huh, can you look up at that?
It's like seems to get bigger every time we look at it.
Yeah.
Because it's been here throughout the game. I like how they make the old Viking boats seem kind of like animal skeletons, I guess. Washed ashore.
Dinosaur skeletons.
Monsters. Hello? What? Oh.
Don't go in there. Go in. You have to go in. Take the torch. It's too dark. Take it. This will help you. Careful. You have to be able to see.
Who's there? Dillion, I'm here. I'm here for the trials. Like when we first met, remember? I'll find him.
What?
Can you light it? Okay.
Did you hear that? Nothing. Was that voices? Is that his voice or the voice of the dead? Not Dillion. Dillion's calling to you. Can you hear him? Where is he? He sounds like he's getting further away.
Oh, maybe I have to follow the voice. But okay, well, I have to look at these runes.
Where are you? Turn left.
Herver disguises herself as a man to join a band of warriors, and soon becomes their leader.
Nice.
When they come to the island where her father is buried, her men do not want to go ashore. They say that evil haunts the island, and that it is a worse place by day than other places are by night. Fearless, she lands alone. There are many grave mounds, and all of them have ghostly flames burning over them. She comes to the grave mound of her father after passing through these ghostly fires as though they were mist. The flames I passed through were real enough. Damn the Northmen to hell.
Probably have to follow his voice, but I also want to explore.
Don't touch the walls.
You don't know what they might do. Turn back. She has to keep going. It's not safe here. She has to keep going. You go down there.
Yeah,
No one can save
this
you.
doesn't seem right.
It's too scary.
Oh. It looks like we're in a mind maze.
Find another way. It's not working. You have to use your mind. Where can you go? You're failing. Find another way. Think. Focus.
I can hear him.
Think clearly. You have to find another way.
Within the burial mound, Herver calls on her father to wake from death and bring her his sword. She says that it is not seemly for the dead in their grave mounds to bear valuable weapons. Her father answers with words of warning. You go to your doom. Baleful runes surround you. You have gone mad. You have lost your mind. Your thoughts are confused. It is dangerous to wake the dead. Like I said, she reminds me of you.
So I know that you like American Gods. The actress who plays
Recognize it. Don't doubt
Bill
yourself.
Quist
You'll never find
was
She doesn't recognize
putting it out into the world that she wants to play Storm.
She doesn't.
Yeah, I saw that. It was pretty
Yeah.
cool. I think she'd make a great Storm.
Yeah.
Because
She can't get
one of the many origin stories for Storm is that she grew up in Africa and then she came to America because she was being worshipped as a rain goddess or something. Like that's just one of the many ones that they have. But mainly, she's supposed to be from Africa directly.
It's not him. We told you. We told you it was a trick.
Maybe I shouldn't light it. Well, somebody's not having a good day.
Yeah.
What's happening?
Quiet.
It's not him.
He wants me to find him. I'm lost without him.
That doesn't
Maybe there's weird gases down here and it's making her high.
How do
You
you
know?
It's possible.
That voice. It's not Dillion.
There has to be a way. Find a way. There's always a way. Don't stop now. Don't give up now. Find a way. You're too close to stop. What's in there?
Well, I assume the more woozy we get, the better it must be. think the big red room might be it. Seems about right.
Dillion wants me to face my fears.
Sounds remind me of Silent Hill. Everyone makes pig noises.
That sounded like a cow noise to me.
Whatevs.
Father? I'm leaving. I've decided. I think it will be good for me.
It's the darkness. It's speaking through
No,
you.
Dad, it's me. I think I can beat it. In my own way.
I can see the darkness in your eyes, child.
I met a boy.
Boy.
The chief said so.
No.
He said he could help me.
It's a trick.
He said I could be normal.
Oh, he sounds
Normal.
like the bad voice.
No boy is going to save you. No one can. When they see the rot growing inside you,
No!
they will turn their back on you. The gods can only fix you through my hand. You're going nowhere.
Kill him.
No.
You will not defy the gods.
You got sword dancing now. Kill him.
Come, child, take my hand. Come. Senua.
I am leaving!
You cannot escape the darkness. Your curse will make everyone suffer. You will have blood on your hands!
Hey, it's kind of like my thing, where my brain's like, that dark thought, this is what that person would say. Like,
Yeah.
you don't know that, first of all. And second of all, I killed them, so... What? No, I
killed
didn't.
someone?
No, I didn't. They're alive.
Mari-
Everyone's alive.
Wow.
Don't fucking tell me what I said. Okay? No one died. Everybody watching, we're all just gonna collectively
You
agree
know what?
to keep our mouths shut.
This does remind me of how I was talking to somebody recently who I've been hanging out with for like the past like month, and they were like, "Oh, like I said something about like murdering them like in a joking way," and they were like, "What are you talking about?" And I was like, "You know, because I'm just like waiting for the apocalypse so that I can murder everybody."
You
Somehow-
keep joking about it so much that I'm genuinely worried.
No.
And I it's not funny. Like, I think you're gonna kill everybody.
Somehow they had gone this whole time without realizing, even though they've seen it in my Twitter handle, anyway. So then I had to like explain all this stuff to them, like all these jokes that we have on the channel, quote unquote jokes, whatever.
I don't know. You joke about it way too much.
No, but
She fantasizes about murder. It's weird. Oh, that's why I lock my door at night.
yeah, and like suddenly a couple other conversations that we'd had like really made sense about how like I would say certain things and they'd be like, "Huh, like that seems really weird," and I was like, "Wow, why don't they understand me?"
I don't know, Stacy. I don't know.
I would like hear a song and I was like, wow, this would be really cool in like a murder scene in a movie. And I kept doing that like over and over.
To be fair, I keep joking with my romance associate that I've killed them and they're under the bed and they're ghosts and they only think that they're leaving, but as soon as they
Okay.
walk out the door, they're walking back in for another visit.
Mm-hmm.
Which may or may not be true. You can't prove it.
You can't prove shit. Yeah.
And I also talk about how when they die, I'm going to take their bones. They're like, you're so weird. I'm like, no, I'm not. I just say whatever I'm thinking. I'm pretty sure everybody else talks about stealing bones.
Yeah.
I need them. I need
mean,
them.
I kind of do enjoy asking people, like, if I was going to murder you, how would you want me to do it? And seeing what they come up with.
I would say I'd fucking kill you first, bitch.
Well, yeah, but then they're too headstrong, and we're probably not compatible.
I know. You're like, no, wait. Because usually you want people that you can break, so maybe you want to slowly break. You've said this to me, so I'm not the one making this up. Okay, she said this. That's her desire.
I didn't say it exactly like that.
Okay.
No. I believe I said I want them to fight back a little bit.
It's creepy and weird. It's creepy and weird. I just want to consensually steal some bones.
Mm-hmm.
I said, can I have your bones when you die? And they said I was really weird. And I was like, but is that a yes or no?
Is that a yes or a no? I need the answer.